Hi everyone, it's Rachel from Sweet and Simple Home. Thank you so much for coming by my channel today. Today, on the day that I am filming, it is Memorial Day. And despite my best efforts to film at a time where I didn't think there'd be anybody mowing a lawn, it's gonna happen. I think my neighbor is out mowing. So we are actually on a summer break now. Our kids have finished the school year and there's like this immense just sigh of relief from all of us. And we went and did an epic secondhand book shop today and found some excellent books at excellent prices. And yes, all we bought today was books. So I'm also filming in my bedroom in an attempt to get up and away from the sound of all the lawns getting mowed. But behind me is my bed and I am in the process of washing all the bedding. So it's not there. So I know it might look a little odd behind me, but it is what it is today. We're just gonna do what we can with what we have. So with that, I'm gonna jump into the haul. We went to two different places today. One was Goodwill. They were having their 50% off book sale today. And then we went to Half Price Books where they were having 20% off their books today. So not a bad day to go book shopping. So this first one was picked up by my middle son, The Player King by Avi, an excellent historical fiction book. And we paid 50 cents for this one. This one was also considered a children's book. It's The Count of Monte Cristo. I think because it's, you know, just the coloring of it and it was in the kids section, so only 50 cents for this one. It is a Puffin classic, but that's okay. We'll go with it. So Count of Monte Cristo, wonderful classic. I grabbed this wonderful hardback copy of The Horse and His Boy. This is our favorite book from the Narnia story, my husband and I. I think my kids prefer The Voyage of the Dawn Treader, but this is my favorite and my husband's as well, and it's like perfect condition hardback for $1. This one is Dog Tag Strays. This is similar to the Soldier Dogs series, and one of my boys really likes that series, so we grabbed this. It's only 50 cents, but it's the story of like how the dogs help the soldiers fight in certain battles. So kind of neat stories. We found a hardback Classic Starts series. I love this series for kids. Anytime I find these, I want to pick them up. This one is The Red Badge of Courage. And this is one that we actually started listening to on Audible. But to have the actual version of it, we can listen and he can read along. And it was only 50 cents as well, even though it's a hardback. I also grabbed the Brick Bible for my youngest. He's quite excited about this, and it's like different Bible stories but depicted with Lego. I don't know how accurate it is, but it's engaging and fun and light for the summer for him. So 50 cents again for this big book. For myself, I grabbed this like vintage Penguins classics. It's Scarlet and Black by Stendhal. And I'm actually not familiar at all with this story, but the fact that it's a vintage Penguins classic is the reason why I wanted to buy it. But I only paid $1 for it. It says, it's a clear reflection of the blue skies and the mire of the road below. It mirrors rather than paints, mobile and revealing glimpses of life as it was wiled away in the climate of fear and greedy drawing room conformity that followed Waterloo. So interesting. Have no idea when I will get to reading this, but I do really like historical fiction, which sounds like that's what this is. So that'll be a good read. This was one I was so pumped because it is a penguin classic with the little orange penguin. I love collecting these and I love the fun cover on this one. So this is H.G. Wells' The Time Machine, and I listened to this one recently in an audiobook. It's a really short audiobook but also a really short classic. So potentially one of my teens could read this as part of their required summer reading, and it would be a quick one for them to cross off their list. So also just a fun one to add to my Penguins collection. This one has been a recommendation from several people who have really enjoyed it. And on the surface level, I'm like, I don't know if I'd be interested in this, but because it was only $1 today, I thought, why not add it to our library, and then I can read it one of these days and figure out if I do like it or not. But it's Seabiscuit. And this is by Laura Hillenbrand. She wrote, let's see, where is it? This book that I'm currently reading, Unbroken, and loving. I'm almost done with it. A great book. Great book. I am just, wow. Good writing, good information, excellent presentation of historical information. So just the fact when I realized that it's written by the same author, I was like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and give that a try. Now Laura Hillenbrand unfolds the spellbinding story of this marvelous animal, the world he lived in, and the men who staked their lives and fortunes on his dazzling career. Okay, and there's all these like engrossing, wonderful, authoritative, compelling, all these things, and I know it's been turned into a movie as well. So I am quite curious to see if I like it. Maybe I'll read it this summer. Okay, and I think we got one more book at Goodwill, but I think my son is actually reading it right now, and we will let him do that. I might add on a little clip at the end of the books that my kids have with them that they're reading. But altogether, everything that I got at Goodwill came to $8, which you can't even get one of these for $8 on Amazon, so I'm quite pleased with that. All right, so Half Price Books. That's a bookstore. It's a chain bookstore, and it's one that I feel like can be hit and miss for my family. There's times where we've gone and it's like there's nothing there that we're interested in, and there's times where we found a lot, and today wasn't a lot day. I found for myself another Penguin Classics. This was on their clearance rack, and it's got a lot of used stickers on it that I'm going to try to clean off. But I only paid $1.40 for this. It's Saul Bellow, Mr. Samler's Planet. Again, not one that's I'm well acquainted with. When I read the back, I was super interested. Arthur Samler is a survivor of the Holocaust, haunted by memories of his literal escape from the grave. He's living out his days in New York City. An intellectual who once thrived on the great works of Western literature and philosophy, he now occasionally lectures at Columbia University. A register of madness, he records the degradation of city life while looking deep into the sufferings of the human soul. Samler finds himself intrigued by the possibilities of the future and edges closer toward empathy with his fellow mortals. At its heart, the novel is quintessential Bellow, moral, urbane, sublimely humane. Very intrigued. That one will go on the shelf, and I'll get to it at some point. For my kids, they found a bunch. This is one that Clive actually already started reading. This is The Mouse and the Motorcycle, and it was marked at $1.99, but we got 20% off of that. This was on their clearance shelf as well. It's an adorable copy of Heidi, the classic, and it's just so cute. It was marked down to $2, but I got 20% off of that. I love this story. If you've never read this and your only like real knowledge of Heidi is the movie from Shirley Temple, which is what I remember watching when I was a kid, the book is just so sweet. The Shirley Temple movie is sweet, but it's like having too much sweetness. I think it's just, the book is better. The book is better. And this was a pick for my son. He got these books from the library and loved Megabat. It's definitely a fluff type book, but it is summer and we are allowed fluff books in the summer for sure. And this was $6.49, but we got the 20% off of that. And that was a great deal. he's going to read that in like an hour. This was a classic I don't have in our library. We might keep this or we might pass it on. I'm not sure, but this is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. But I love the illustration on the front of that. It's like you can see in the shadow the two men and like the spooky kind of vibe. Again, this is one I've listened to on audio. It's a quick listen. Would be a really great one to cross off your list this summer if you have even just a few hours to enjoy an audiobook or, you know, read the physical book. It's a quick read and it's like so quintessential to literature because people do plays on this whole idea in other movies and sitcoms even today. So it's one of those very influential books that doesn't take a lot out of you. This one, I had this in my 5th grade classroom when I taught 5th grade. And I'm pretty sure I had it when I packed up my classroom, but for some reason I don't have it anymore. So at some point I decluttered it. Maybe if I went back and watched some of my decluttering videos, I would see myself decluttering this. But I'm like, why did I ever get rid of this? This is such a good book, especially for boys. Holes by Louise Sakar. My son is going to love this, and there is a Disney movie that's made, and it actually follows the story pretty closely. So I told him, if he reads this, we'll watch the movie together, which is always a good motivator. Oh, and this one was $3.49, and we got 20% off of it. So a pretty good buy. We got this old school. This one's from 1982. Ralph S. Mouse. It's 1 year older than me. But it's still in great shape. It was just $1 on the clearance rack, so we ended up paying like 80 cents for it or something like that. Totally worth it. Clive loves Beverly Cleary. He's in that stage where he just loves all of her books right now. And then these two, I was like so thrilled to find because I do not have them in my collection. And I have the whole set of Anne of Green Gables from Bantam Books, the same sort of like produced at the same time, I should say. So it's Emily's Quest and Emily Climbs, and these were $1 each. So I paid 80 cents for these. So thrilled. There's one more in the Emily series that I don't have, that I will definitely be looking for now. But L.M. Montgomery, she is a writer that just gets me. She bridges the gap of time and generations and just speaks to me. So I am so excited to read these. Okay, you guys, I gotta tell you, I'm so excited for summer to cross the finish line of this school year. What a year it has been. We're really looking forward to having a summer with my kiddos, having a lot of time to do fun things and go fun places, see our family, our precious family, host some family, and yeah, hopefully share with you guys some awesome hauls because it's yard sale season. You guys know I love doing that. But if you enjoy books, thrifted books, especially if you enjoy thrifted home decor, home decorating, all that kind of stuff on a budget, this is a channel you'll want to subscribe to. So I hope you will if you haven't already. Your thumbs up do help me out a lot with that nasty YouTube algorithm. So thank you for that. Please let me know if you have read some of these and love them or hate them. All opinions are helpful. And what you are planning to read this summer or have read already and want to recommend. So many of you commented that this book was really good, and you were not wrong. But you guys take care. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a blessed and wonderful summer, and I will be back with more soon. All right, bye guys.